things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started.
I was just hanging out playing a little bit of Dynasty. How's your Vanderbilt Dynasty going?
The 25-yard line. So Michigan State's offense will start this game off with the football. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Hey, that is awesome. Congratulations on that.
For similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Finds his big tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got
Oh, yeah.
33.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
How about that for efficiency?
Losses are tough sometimes.
Right now, 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Looking to throw on first down. Tosses it incomplete. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
And the Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
ACC is a really good conference because they have excellent conference prestige, and it's not really a top-heavy type of conference, but like the SEC. I wouldn't recommend the Big 12, but the ACC is a good one. Big 10 is pretty good too.
The 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. DB's right up on the receivers. Fires to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up
And it really just depends on, like, if you want to change and play other teams. I like changing conferences just to play against other teams, you know what I mean? So I'll take a American Conference team, move around to the SEC, move around to the Big Ten, stuff like that. So
Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring.
Hey, Charles, I appreciate you stopping in and checking out the stream.
That first drive, like you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And he'll just
Yeah, it's a good idea to stick around there, build up your program, and like I said, move around if you want to play different teams. You know what I mean? It's always fun to do that.
incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
From the gun on 3rd down. Quickly complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Navy quick to the line.
Really nice job locking in by the quarterback that time on 3rd down. That was the completion you had to have. You're only down 3-0, I get it. It's your 2nd drive of the game, so lots of football to go, but you want to establish a rhythm and confidence as early as possible. And getting that completion on 3rd down was big.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
It'll be incomplete, trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. He might want another play. Looking to throw again. Caught close to the marker. It's Flanagan. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. Out of the gun to give to the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
He's got the back in the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Navy!
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the 1st quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to the well. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the catch. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Navy holds the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Offense changing the play. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping him.
Got his man! A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good, balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's got it. There he goes. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
That's what's so scary about this offense. Guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, midshipman! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by 4 over Texas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. pistol. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Spartans will hustle to the line.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
The Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They'll try to pop the draw. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And the Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Spartans are on the move. They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Put themselves in a bit of a bind, but that last one is 2nd and 14. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Gonna let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds a man on the left. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. From the gun, give on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finding open areas. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a 2nd field goal, this one a 37-yarder. Absolutely perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Guys, it's been an entertaining 1st half and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to...
Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Skips away from pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that process. So nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Sparty in He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Flanagan. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. The throw to the outside is complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to scramble. Throws for the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a fascinating one going on in East Lansing. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Spartan Stadium.
The Spartans will boot it away to start the second half. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Navy offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more.
Turning it on! Got enough for the first. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. On target to the left. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. To the air on first down. It's complete to the right. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. A first down for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. From the gun to give, looking for room. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. The midshipmen move the sticks with that powerful running game. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
They'll run play action. Swings it out to the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Navy searching for a fourth down conversion.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
I think that pass play was simply designed to just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He'll keep it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. To the air on second down. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold, a guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find that guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans go green, go white. Find the complement at quarterback to this offense.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Quick completion on the out route. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Spartans want to crank the tempo. They just keep firing. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He'll throw on third down. Picked off.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Fires to the big fella. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's first and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here's the pressure. It's complete. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Working the middle. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, midshipman. And the pummeling has started.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pulls it and fires to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flips it out to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive.
There's a live football. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
And Navy will go back on the attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. The give to the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. The give as they work on that clock. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Using the quick game. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, it's still going. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Navy! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Western Michigan is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Able to run it out to the 28 on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things.
There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds a tight end. And they're able to make the tackle.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Looking to throw on first down. Buying some time. Quickly to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
27 on the play. Good enough for a first down.
The sportsmanlike thing to do might be victory formation. The stat hog would kick a field goal here. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
All right, y'all. That's going to be it for this evening. I appreciate you stopping in and checking out the stream. If you're over there on YouTube, appreciate you over there. If you have not hit that sub button, hit that sub button. Ben, Charles, thanks for stopping in and checking out the stream. And appreciate the likes, y'all. And we will see you all tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Peace.